Hello, everyone. My name is Tiffany McDaniel, and I have created this presentation about DLD in hopes that it may help some parents whose children have recently been diagnosed with DLD to have a better understanding of the disorder and how it affects their child. I hope this is helpful. What is DLD? DLD is when a child has difficulty expressing themselves or listening and understanding others. It can also appear like they struggle to learn to read or read and write, and it would also affect aspects such as reading and math. If your family is bilingual, it will affect both of the languages. Um, Another valid question that's usually asked after this is, why does it happen? It could be genetic. It might not be. So there might be some people in your family who have it currently or have had it. And does it go away? It is something that your child will have for the rest of their life. So seeking help for your child as soon as possible can make a world of difference. The longer we wait to get help, the more difficult it can be for the child to improve and to learn the coping skills that they need. So, what does it look like? I think this blue ball accurately describes what it can look like, because again, it could be something that affects just their expressive language or just their understanding and listening, or it affects both. And it can just look different for every person. But your child might have difficulty answering questions, trouble following directions, challenges expressing ideas, struggling to find the right words, trouble learning new words, difficulty telling stories in sequential order, maybe problems related to peers, like making friends, discomfort in social situations, and then trouble paying attention. DLD is not a result of poor parenting. It's not a result of not talking to your child enough or reading enough books to them. It's not an intellectual disability. People of all intellectual disabilities can have developmental language disorder, and it's not a result of being bilingual. So people will not, or children or people will not have this disability because they can speak two languages or more. What can you do with your child who has developmental language disorder? Well, the first and most important thing I think is just meet your child where he or she's at with his or her communication abilities, and just provide the patience and the grace when you start to see that there's a communication breakdown or there's just no connection. Number two is that you can break down information, stories, and instructions into smaller bits for them to be able to possibly remember. And then number three, help your child stay organized with their schoolwork and their morning, day, and nighttime routines would provide great support for them. What can you do for your child? Well, luckily, most people have smartphones, so there are a lot of great resources that you can look at on the internet, but also in your community as well. So let's look at the next few slides to answer this question. Okay, so who can help? So you can search for other people to help you as well. And the first person is you, and any other caregivers. You all are the experts of that child, so you know what they can and can't do, their likes and dislikes, and all of that is essential to helping them to be able to have tools to cope with DLD. Speech language pathologists can provide evidence based assessments in order to provide an accurate diagnosis, and then also provide evidence based interventions for the child. Teachers and paras, if your child goes to school, can provide the in class support, and they can help start the IEP process if that hasn't been started. And then they can also help you with implementing procedures that are used at home and at school. And lastly, your friends and family. Once you feel comfortable, if you feel equipped, you can start telling your family and your friends all the things that you've learned, the knowledge and the techniques that best benefits your child so that they can have positive and healthy interactions with them. Also, there are so many resources online. DLD and Me is my favorite. That's why it's number one, rattled. And then the DLD project, which is more Australian based. And then also, if you're in Kansas and your child is not yet in school, there's the Tiny K network that can help provide you services for your child, or you can just call 1-800-CHILDREN. Lastly, the biggest takeaway I want anyone watching this to have is that you are not alone as a parent with a child with DLD. Your child is not alone. He or she is not the only one with DLD. 10% of the population actually has a DLD diagnosis, and that's actually as common as dyslexia, which is something I think I hear quite a bit a lot. So you are not alone. There are loads of support online, on social media. So get connected with other families. I just want to say thank you very much for watching this. I hope that you were able to learn something. And if you want to continue learning, here are the citations I used to create this PowerPoint. Thank you.